Hey guys, Ed here. Uh, as promised, here's the video tutorial about ROBAN 5-blade upgrade kit. Uh, First they launched that has a plugin without no need to do anything, just to replace the ask, the blades, and should be good to go. And 2 months later, they changed and they come up with this manual in here. So it's not really that plug in and ready to go. I recommend you to download this manual in here. It is, I think, a 12 page, about that. And follow the manual. There are a few things in here that are not quite right, but it is workable. As long as I'm going, you will see what I'm talking about. So that the tools you're gonna need is right there, and first, I'm not going through the mounting the hardware, the ask and everything, because it's pretty much self-explanatory in here. The only thing they miss to tell about is you need to double the double-sided tape behind the electronic speed controller in order to clear out the two pretunding capacitors. Okay, so I'm gonna skip that. And then they say you need to check the ball link rods, the Swashplate link rods, what it is kind of, I mean, they come from factory, you should not be checking. Anyway, I did check, and the right and left was okay. The rear one was completely off. So it's good that I check it. It's a little pain to take them out. And but I do recommend you check that and make sure it's 29.5 millimeters, all three of them. Then you have everything powered. You're gonna need to get an emission planner. I'm not going to read that. I have another video explaining how to get the emission planner. And you just follow the instructions. It's pretty easy. Okay. Basically, they want you to have the servo's arms at 90 degrees, all three. So right here, you will be able to change the throw on each servo. All right. And you're gonna need the eyeball when the servo is 90 degrees, because that's what they call for. I myself would use a Swashplate leveler. Unfortunately, I have 4, but none of them on the size of this main shaft. So I did the best I could in order to have that Swashplate level and the servos at 90 degrees. Okay. Well, now you're gonna need a digital pitch gauge. Okay, what is this in here? I have 3 in here. This one in here is the most expensive, and it did not work because the blade is not large enough. So this is the one I used and was right on the money. Okay. And what I did is, you gotta plug the battery, the flight controller to the autopilot mission planner, have the radio on, and you go blade by blade checking, okay, the values for the pitch. This linkage in here, there is no mention about, okay, and that's the linkage you're gonna need. Turn the ball link base in order to have all the blades on the same angle, on the same pitch. And it's kind of hard because, as you see, they are all bottom up. I had two blades that were off, and I had to put one round, and it was like really hard because it is on the end. There's nothing to adjust anymore in here going up. And I don't know, it probably, this would be even nicer if it was like solid without any adjustment. And every single blade would be the same. But anyway, that's what you will start by putting the pitch gauge on top of the flight controller. Then you zero the pitch gauge, so you know your flight controller will be parallel to the blades. All right. And this is what I did. I had three blades that they were okay, and so I did these in here. I did the max, the zero, and the minimum. Max, zero, and the minimum. And three were okay, and it is okay like the maximum difference between blades on the angle must be minus of 0.6 degrees, okay? And those two in here, they were off. So I had to get on this link in here and put like a turn around. And this is what I got. The maximum, the zero, and minimum, and the corrected after I turn the linkage, okay? So they are pretty much now under the parameters. They say the difference minus 0.6. All right, so, and how you do that, now let's go on, let me turn it on everything here. I'm gonna pause. Okay, folks, we're back in here. Everything is on. It is on 3D or manual, and we're going to set up. Then you click mandatory hardware, then heli setup, and you're gonna see over here where you're gonna change the pitch in order to put the digital gauge on. And right now is it will be disabled when you get in there. You gotta leave on disabled when you're done. So if I wanna see the max collected pitch, I'm gonna click and it will change. I'm gonna click back and show you the blades. Zero, okay. It's kind of hard to do and hold the cell phone as well at the same time. Okay, max. So I'm gonna click in that and see. Then you put a digital gauge and see what angle in there. That's the zero. That's the minimum. Max, zero. And what I did is I check all the angles on all three. It may be okay if you do only on zero. I did all three to see if you have anything abnormal. All right. All right. We are going now to see the parameters. You go on configuration, right there. Then you're gonna use the parameters, and right here. And what they did is they saying here to download the file from their website, and is not like a file like with this name on it. The only thing you're gonna get is the parameters. Okay, so I printed and I changed it manually on a parameter list, and so you gotta print these and you go in there until you find the the ATC, RAT, PIT, D, or whatever, and it was like 0.003, and you need to change to 0.005. And now, after you do those changes, you just go over here and click on Write Parameters. And that change will take effect in here, okay? So it is kind of a pain, because it's a long list, but you just go in and make sure you read and find it and change the correct one, okay? And that's it for the parameter change. Definitely, they need to brush up this manual in here, because it's like click where, where this window come from. You kind of like is everything really on the air, and that file they say to download is non-existent, so that can be a little confusing. So I hope you understand. I'm skipping a whole lot of things because it's self-explanatory on the manual, and I'm not going to have like a real long video on this. All right. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put everything together, and I'm going to do a test flight. It's kind of wind outside, so I just hope everything that I did, it is correct. Their parameter change is correct. That's the most important. Everything I did per manual, and actually I did even more what they asked for. I had done that before. I had to put the 5 blades, and I did check the pitch, and the helicopter was flying fine. I'm just redoing this per manual and see if this thing really work, what they say, and the parameters they give you are really good. All right? Okay, folks, happy flying.